We're here. Start of the double T today. This morning session, 5 by 1600 at 82 pace. And then the evening session, 16 by 400. I don't really remember the pace, but it's gonna be a good day.
What's up, vlog? I'm Charlie Goss, and I'm about to roll Austin in this workout.
Oh, putting on the vapor flies. 5 by 1600. All right, welcome back. We're here for the second session of our double T day. First session went great, felt super smooth. Heart rate was actually pretty low. Got through each 1600 super easily. My breathing pretty much settled right after. It's kind of what we want. Now we have 16 by 400. Just want to talk about what is the purpose of a double T. First off, threshold is a level of intensity that is high in intensity, faster pace, but not too high that your body is having to work overtime to recover. And so the benefit of this is that you can do more distance and more reps and recover faster. So that's why we have it spread over 2 sessions, is that we did this first session pretty intense but also easy, and now we've had a 6-hour break plus a nap, and now we're gonna have another session at a higher intensity. And there should be benefits from this, supposedly according to science. So let's go for a warm-up and get on the track. Alright, this kind of sucks, but yesterday you might have seen that I only ended up doing 4 400s. That was because I was having pretty intense pain in my left glute, lower and maybe a little bit upper hip. I was actually experiencing it in the first workout, and I was considering it to be okay in that I've had this pain before in my right hip as some sort of sciatica nerve pain. It's what it feels like. It feels mostly like nerve pain. And I'm not experiencing it really while walking. It's only when I'm really striding. So that means when I'm going fast, of course, and then really only when I'm going up hills as well. The pain feels like it's caused by extension of the leg, which kind of tells me that it's hopefully not the worst case scenario, which is stress fracture, so that it's just nerve pain. And so I called a PT, and I might have an appointment with them tomorrow. If not, I have an appointment with them next Thursday. Hopefully we can figure this out quickly and speedily. I think 80 miles is definitely out the window for this week, considering I only got 3 miles in last night, and I'm only got 3 miles in today when I was supposed to have 11 miles, and considering that if I'm experiencing this, we want to be a little bit extra careful, so probably going to end up being 70 or even lower, depending on if we can get this problem fixed. Right now, my plan being is to go on a bike ride for an hour or so to try to still keep the legs moving, keep the cardio up, to do some work at the least until we can figure this out. To say the least, it's very frustrating. All right, about to go. Got the heart rate monitor on. I try to see if I can look at my heart rate and keep my heart rate above a certain level too. Just got back from the bike. Hour and 10 minutes. Average heart rate 135. So pretty good. Doing what we can do. I think I'm gonna try to do some like glute stuff, and because I think that's kind of what causes piriformis syndrome if this is what I have. And so tight glutes, I'm gonna do some strengthening and some heating, just like I said in the last video about my calves, because most of the time the way to fix things is very similar. So that's what the rest of my day is gonna look like. Probably do some core as well and chill out. Hopefully my butt will get better. Went to the PT today. The end conclusion is that I've been having some sort of nerve firing problems in my glutes. I need to get that situated, and she gave me a couple exercises to do. She recommended not to run for the next 2 days while I try to get all my nerves going and firing properly. And then I think we're gonna start 1, running again, and then 2, attacking a little bit of strength. But she doesn't think it's anything bad, and I don't really think it's anything bad, considering it's just like out of nowhere. There was really no build up to the pain that I was experiencing. It was almost like overnight or over like 1 or 2 days, and nothing really before that. And so that's good news. So I'm just going to attack the small exercises that she gave me, and hopefully my nerves will start firing properly, my glutes will start working properly. She thinks that it has to do with a little bit of me sitting for so long on both the France trip and then the car drive up to my last long run. So yeah, today I'm going to do some aqua jogging, and then tomorrow we'll do some aqua jogging, and then hopefully Saturday we can be back to running. Good news, bad news. Good news is I'm having COVID and a slight small injury at the same time. Bad news is I have COVID. Might as well just throw the 2 things that you don't want to happen as a runner at once, I guess. A small bug in your leg to a bug in your throat, you know. Get it done all together, I guess. Didn't go to the pool today because didn't think it was a great idea to exercise with COVID. See what we do tomorrow. I think I was supposed to run tomorrow, but we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow morning. Might run tomorrow morning or tomorrow at some point. See how the leg feels. Rest of this week, just I guess recover. I'll stay isolated in a cave probably. Try to get better at doing my exercises. And yeah, sorry that this week sucks. I guess this is the truth of running sometimes. Basically, I just need to do my PT exercises. I'll just tell you what I got going for me. I've got cobras. I need to do those like every 2 hours each day pretty much. So like 6 to 7 times a day. Got 2 variations, pigeon and this other one. And then have a nerve floss with a rope. I have a pelvis correction technique. Yeah, that's what I've been prescribed. I think it's maybe helping. I haven't ran, so I don't really know. If anything, this is just the first steps, and I'm just gonna have to continue doing these to get complete glute activation back, because that's what we think caused the injury in the first place, and you gotta mitigate the first steps to be able to stay healthy down the line, you know? Alright guys, here's the plan. I was prescribed by my PT to do 4 miles today, after doing my Cobra things and then my nerve glide. And so that's what I'm going to do. 4 miles with COVID. I did some research with ChatGPT, had it do a deep search for me. Said the only effects that you could get from running with COVID are myocarditis. Or I decided that I didn't think 4 miles at a pretty moderately slow pace to test out my injury would give me myocarditis, so I'm going to run today. I feel like I need to get this baseline set for my PT to see if things are working or not. That way we can take new steps to figure out what's going on. Alright, post run, only did 3 miles. Glute slash left hamstring, like outer hamstring, because you kind of have like 2. We're feeling somewhat sore, didn't want to overdo it. Also kind of on PT's orders not to overdo it, plus COVID, so I thought 3 miles was
fine, and it was good enough to just get myself an understanding of how my body is doing. Looking back on what my PT thought based off of what I told her versus now running on it again, and then thinking about what maybe happened, there's a moment in last week's long run where you guys obviously saw we went up to Cascade and in the mountains. We were running back to the car, but we had to climb a steep part of the trail. As you could see in the last video, it was super technical trail, and so I have a very vivid memory of stepping up with my left leg onto like basically a rock, because the steps that you end up taking on trail runs are super variable. And so I think I stepped up onto a really big step, and then with my left leg, and then I tried to bring my right leg up to that. My right leg got its toes up on the step and then slipped off the step. Instantly all of my weight was put onto my left glute and my left hamstring. And I think that is where I maybe slightly pulled it. Didn't notice any pain in the moment, but I do remember just stopping and being like, one, completely exhausted because we were at 7,000 feet, and then two, a little bit defeated because one, my glutes were very tight and sore going into this run, and I felt like I was getting no power out of both of them. And so I remember just stopping there, like in this almost like split squat lunge, and being like, oh, I'm exhausted. But then we kept going, didn't notice anything, and then I think just doing the workout, continuing to run on it without knowing, I think it's just such a small micro pull or whatnot that causing a lot of, just gonna wait for the PT to tell me what she thinks about what I just told her, see what we can do about it. So what I'm gonna do today before I get any information back from the PT is I think I'm gonna try to just roll out and heat it as much as I can, loosen it, get the body, I don't know, thinking about that there's something wrong right there. Because the last couple days I've really only been doing what the PT has ordered, and I haven't been giving it any attention. I don't think I should stretch it now if it's a pull. From what I understand, stretching something that is pulled or torn is a bad idea. So if your muscle fibers are supposed to be like this, but they're already pulled like this, we don't want to stretch them even more to pull them. That's just going to cause more irritation. My plan is to just roll them out, try to get the muscle fibers realigned, and then hopefully my body will take care of the rest. We're gonna keep listening to the PT, obviously, because that's her profession. Hopefully we'll recover from COVID soon and recover from this glute injury. We'll be very careful with it, and we'll figure it out. Sunday morning, trial 2 of the bummy leg. We're gonna go for 4. If it's feeling good, we can go for 5. All right. That was 4 miles, 4.12 miles actually. Pain, I think it was better than yesterday in my hamstring glute connection area. Heart rate was low, apparently, according to my watch. 140-ish, 138. Feel way better than I did, like COVID-wise, sickness-wise. Last night I slept like a baby because I didn't have any raging headache or neck pain. So, but I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys are okay with seeing into the downs of running. But stay tuned for next week where we hopefully start building back up, start getting healthier, happier. Okay, I'm fine. I'm happy, don't worry guys. That we start getting better next week. All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.